Hello student, I am Dr.A.K. Sinha, Professor of Chemistry. Today I am going to discuss soil pollution. Last class I have discussed water pollution. Now I am going to discuss soil pollution. India, being an agriculture based economy, gives high priority to agriculture, fisheries and livestock development. The surplus production is stored by governmental and non-governmental organizations for the lean season, and this food is going to be damaged. Sometimes food is going to be damaged by the insects, rodents, weeds and crop disease, etc. That this storage food that is generally it will be damaged by, you can say, insects, rodents, weeds and crop disease. How can we protect them? The food loss during the storage also needs special attention, and it is, or you can say, damage caused to the crops, food items by insect, rodents, weeds and crops disease, etc. And also this it's a special attention is required. Special attention is required to save these grains. These insecticides, pesticides and herbicides cause soil pollution. One major cause that these insecticides, pesticides and herbicides cause soil pollution. Hence, there is a need for their judicious usage. Now, I am focusing about pesticides. Pesticides also, I told you, it harms the soil because these insecticides, pesticides, herbicides are used during agriculture production. Now, just pesticides I am going to discuss. Prior to World War II, many naturally occurring chemicals such as nicotine by plant. Actually, how will you get nicotine? By planting tobacco plants in the crop field. Then this before World War II, or prior also you can tell, prior to World War II, many naturally occurring chemicals such as nicotine were used to pest controlling substances for major crops in agriculture practices. During World War II, DDT was found to be of great use in the control of malarial and other insect-borne disease. Therefore, after the war, DDT was put to use in agriculture to control the damage caused by insects, rodents, weeds and various crops disease. However, due to adverse effects, its use have been banned in India. Pesticides are basically synthetic toxic chemicals with ecological with ecological repercussions. The, es- the repeated use of the same or similar pesticides gives rise to pests that are resistant to that group of pesticides, thus making the pesticides ineffective. Therefore, as insect resistance of DDT increased, other organic toxins such as aldrin and dieldrin were introduced in the market by pesticides industry. Most of the organic toxins are water insoluble and non biodegradable. These high persistent toxins are therefore transferred from lower trophic level to higher trophic level through food chain. Over the time, the concentration of toxin in higher animals reach, reach a level which causes serious metabolic and psychological disorders. In response to high persistence of chlorinated organic toxins, a new series of less persistent or more biodegradable products called organic phosphate and carbonates have been introduced in the market. But these chemicals were severe nerve toxins, and hence more harmful to humans. As a result, there are reports of some pesticides related death of agricultural field workers. Insects have become resistant to their insecticides also. The insecticides industry is engaged in developing a new group of insecticides, but one has to think is this the only solution to pest control? These days, the pesticides industries has shifted its attention to herbicides such as sodium chlorate NaClO3, sodium chlorate NaClO3, sodium arsenite Na2ASO3, and many others. They are thinking now for this as herbicides. During the first half of the last century, the shift from mechanical to chemical weed control had provided the industry with a flourishing economic market. But one must remember that these are also not environmental friendly. Most herbicides are toxic to mammals. Most herbicides are toxic to mammals, but are not as persistent as organic chlorides. These chemicals decomposes in a few months, like organic chlorides. These two becomes concentrated in the food web. These chemicals means I am talking about herbicides. Herbicides are toxic to mammals, but are not as persistent as organochlorides. These chemicals decomposes in a few months, like organochlorides. These two becomes concentrated in the food web. Some herbicides cause birth defects. Studies also show that these things, this cornfields sprayed with herbicides are more prone to insect attack and plant disease than fields that are weeded manually. Actually, that corn fields sprayed with herbicides are more prone to insect attack and plant disease than fields that are weeded manually. Pesticides and herbicides represents only a very small portion of widespread chemical pollution. A large number of other compounds that are used regularly in chemical and industrial process for manufacturing activities are finally released in the atmosphere in one or other form. Now I am going to discuss industrial waste. Industries are causing too much pollution. Industrial solid waste are also sorted out as a biodegradable and non-degradable waste. Biodegradable waste are generated by cotton mills, food processing units, paper mills, and textile factories. Non-biodegradable waste are generated by thermal power plants, which produce fly ash, integrated iron and steel plants, which produced blast furnace. Non-biodegradable waste are generated by thermal power plants, which produce fly ash, integrated iron and steel plants, which produce blast furnace slag, slag, and steel melting slag. Industries manufacturing aluminum, zinc, and copper produced mud, mud, and tailings. Fertilizer industries produce gypsum. Hazardous waste such as inflammable composite explosives or highly reactive substances are produced by industries dealing in metals, chemicals, drugs, pharmaceuticals, dyes, pesticides, rubber goods, etc. Hazardous waste such as inflammable composite explosives or highly reactive substances are produced by industries dealing in metals, chemicals, drugs, pharmaceuticals, dyes, pesticides, rubber goods, etc. The disposal of non-degradable industrial solid waste, if not done by a proper and suitable method, may cause serious threat to the environment. New innovation have led to different usage of waste material. New innovation have led to different usage of waste material. Nowadays, fly ash and slag from the steel industries are utilized by cement industry. They are using ashes. They will use this ashes for production of cement. And this Quantity of toxic wastes are usually destroyed by controlled incineration, whereas small quantities are burnt along with factory garbage in open bins. Moreover, solid waste, if not managed effectively, affect the components of the environment. Now, I am telling that some useful things means this waste where you can use. Waste can be used to get something new. That I will tell you some things how waste can be further used for the society. Fuel, first I am talking about fuel obtained from plastic waste. Fuel obtained from plastic waste has a high octane rating, high octane number, means it can function as a petrol, diesel, like that way. Fuel obtained from plastic waste has a high octane number. It contains no lead and is known as green fuel. Second, due to recent development made in chemical and textile industries, cloths will be made from recycled plastic waste. See, important things. Due to recent development made to chemicals and textile industries, cloths will be made from recycled plastic waste. These will be available soon in the global textile market. This is a very good, you can say, information, important information. Use of waste material, plus waste plastic. Now, third things I am telling you, in India, our cities and towns face endless hours of power cut. We can also see piles of rotting garbage here and there. There is a good news that we can get rid of from both these problems, means electric problem also and garbage problem also. How? The technology has now been developed to produce electricity from the garbage. Now electricity will be produced by garbage. A pilot plant has been set up where after removing ferrous metals, plastic, glass, papers, etc. from the garbage, it is mixed with water. It is then cultured with bacterial species for producing methane. Methane, commonly known as biogas. Biogas means from the garbage, just you have to after the removing ferrous metals, means iron, plastic, glass, paper, etc. After removing all the things from the garbage you remove, and then it is removed, and after that it is mixed with water. It is then cultured with bacterial species, means bacteria is mixed. For why? For producing methane, because bacteria from this garbage will produce methane, and methane we are commonly knowing as a biogas. The remaining product of the garbage is used as a manure, means fertilizer, and biogas is used to produce electricity. Okay, then this I have told about the this thing, soil pollution and industrial wastage and its use. Now I am going to discuss strategic strategies to control environmental pollution. Strategies means policy. Strategies to control environmental pollution. After studying air, water, and industrial waste pollution, uh, now we have to start, you can say, feeling the need of controlling environmental pollution. How to control the environmental pollution? Now we have studied soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution, industrial pollution, all things we have studied. Now we need to control the environmental pollution. How can we, you can say, control this environment? Then this is the very serious case. We have to think it how to control. Then now in this respect, one is there, one, you can say, way is there, that is the water management. How to control? Then one control is, one measure is to control the these things by management, waste management. By waste management we can control the environment pollution. What is the waste management? Solid waste is not the only waste which you will fill, you can say, household garbage box, okay, that you can use. Solid waste is not the only waste which you have seen in your household garbage box. Okay, this first means household garbage box you have to keep. That dustbin like this, big bin will be there. That for the solid waste, that garbage box can be used, household garbage box. Besides household discards, there are medical, agricultural, industrial, and mining waste. These are also waste. The improper disposal of waste is one of the major cause of environmental degradation. The improper disposal of this means, I told you, medical. Hospital, if you go, then you will see that sides many, you can say, unused medicals will be thrown out here and there. Then that you can say waste, medical waste, agricultural waste, industrial and mining waste. These are the very important things we have to think how to control. The improper disposal of waste is one of the major cause of environmental degradation. Therefore, the management of waste is of the utmost importance. Now, how will you control this? The management, how will you manage? How will you manage this waste? That is called management of waste. Then, first is that collection and disposal. How will you manage all the things? How will you manage this environment pollution? This type of solid waste, that is also called solid waste management. How will you can say, manage all the things? Then collection and disposal. How will you collect and do disposal? That I am telling you, because this is everywhere you will find all these things, waste control, waste material, solid waste material, everywhere, hospital, industries. Then it requires proper planning. Then collection and disposal. Domestic waste are collected. How? That I am telling you, ways how to collect. Domestic waste are collected in a small bins. which are then transferred to community bins, means bigger community bins, by private or municipal workers. Domestic waste are collected in small bins, which are then transferred to community bins by private or municipal workers. From these community bins, these are collected and carried to the disposable site. You can't throw here and there. Disposable sites. At the site, garbage is sorted out and separated into biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials. Non-biodegradable materials such as plastic, glass, metal scraps, etc. are sent for recycling. Biodegradable waste are deposited in landfills and are converted into compost. The waste, if not collected in garbage bins, this finds its way into sewage. The waste, if not collected in garbage bins, finds its way into sewage. Some of it is eaten by cattle. Non-biodegradable waste like polythene bag, metal scraps, etc. choke the sewage and cause inconvenience. Polythene bags, if swallowed by cattle, can cost their lives also. As a normal practice, therefore, all domestic waste should be properly collected and disposed. The poor management causes a health problem leading to epidemic due to contamination of groundwater. It is especially hazardous for those who are in direct contact with the waste, such as rag pickers and workers involved in waste disposal, as they are the one who handle waste materials mostly without protective device such as gloves or waterproof boots and gas masks. Now, next class I will discuss green chemistry. Today I am stopping only here. Thank you.